And just like that, opening day has arrived. And with that, we welcome you back inside the janitor's closet. Josh Frey-Sam here with you, as always, alongside good buddy and resident baseball expert, Mr. Bryce Hunt. Bryce, we have officially arrived. Of course, we had a little bit of an unofficially official start last week over there in South Korea. We don't want to talk about that too much. Of course, it wasn't too kind to us over there in Seoul, but we move on here to the official opening day of the MLB season. We got 3 plays on tap for the folks, the good people, the TJC faithful in today's episode. But first, Bryce, how are we doing here? We are on the eve of baseball's opening day.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Josh. I love my football. I love my college hoops. I like watching hockey. I start moving a little different when the birds start chirping, and I get a little that first whiff of pine tar, and that first whiff of some dogs on the grill. So,
Yes, sir.
that being said, I'm ready to soak into the sun, soak into some summer baseball. It's going to be a crazy year. It's going to be a long year. Betting on baseball, we know, is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yep.
And I'm ready to start running this thing with you, man. I'm happy to be here.
No question about it. Well, let's not let the folks hang too much longer here. Right before we get into our plays here, as I mentioned in previous episodes, we are going to do this every single time. Let you folks know, remind you that all of our lines are coming from Bet365, and also we are not professional cappers here. We are not line shopping. Bet365 is our preferred sports book, so that is where we are getting all of our plays from. Also, these are all first 5 bets that we are locking in this year, obviously with the exception of if you're going to be following some of our other content on the ladder challenge, the season long ladder challenge over there for MLB. We're going to have some player props for everybody. But as far as these best bet videos go, these are all going to be first 5 throughout the entire season. Also, we give away some plays on X at TJC Bets. So be sure to follow us there for some last minute plays, some any kind of changes, or if maybe there's only one play at a time that we need to give out, we will do it there as well. So on X at TJC Bets. And finally, if you love the boys, what you're hearing, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment, because we do love to interact with the good people. Without further ado, Bryce, let's get into it. These games are starting at 12:10 Central on a Thursday. Not sure who's taking these games in, to be completely honest with you. But well, your take. That actually, you know what? Me too. I'm also taking them in. That's We're gonna actually be jumping over though to the 3:10 p.m. start time, Central, of course. Start times. That's where our day starts. Minnesota, Kansas City. We're going to Kauffman Stadium over there on Royal Way in Kansas City, Missouri. Oh, what do we like over there, Bryce, to get our day started between the Twinnies and the Royals?
Yeah, take your morning off, your early afternoon off, because we're gonna get this thing started at 3 o'clock Central here in Kansas City. Um, right after Spencer Strider and Zach Wheeler, I have this as my favorite pitching matchup of the day, with Ragans and Lopez here. Ragans is now he's pretty dominant. Of course, came up last year after that trade. He added a sinker, so he's working with about a 6 pitch mix this year to complement his 98 mile an hour fastball. He's got a good curveball, good slider, good changeup. They all produce a ton of whiffs. Pablo Lopez, as we know, has turned himself into one of the more consistent and complete pitchers in the last about 24 months. He's been able to stay healthy, which has been huge for him as well. He's kind of really turned his sweeper into one of the best put away pitches. His velocities are all up in the spring. We're looking for that trend to continue. Um, I like both of these offenses, but they are both susceptible to the strikeout, and these are not the pitchers that you want to be facing when that's kind of the case for your offense. So that will be why we are taking their first 5 under 4.5 runs for 1 unit. Spoiler alert, we're going to be doing 1 unit plays probably for the first, I'll lightly say the first quarter of the season. We'll mostly be doing 1 unit plays. We'll let you know if we're going to bump that up, but if we don't mention it, it's probably a 1 unit play. And that will be our first one. Minnesota, Kansas City, first 5 innings under 4.5 runs.
All right, so we need a quick, what is that, 30 outs? We need a quick, clean 30 outs there over there that we're going to be grinding out over there in Kansas City to start our day. Let's head west to California, a familiar team already to those who have tuned in early on in the baseball season in the janitor's closet here. Let's go to Dodger Stadium over there, where we have the St. Louis Cardinals paying a visit to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Once again, a 3:10 p.m. start time, Central.
Yeah, I promise this play isn't out of spite, but this is exactly the play that we dropped 3 units on over in South Korea. But eyes are always looking forward. We are undefeated on North American soil so far this year, so we are going to
Yes, sir.
be getting right back on this horse of the Los Angeles Dodgers first five minus a half for 1 unit. And one thing I'm learning quickly here, Josh, is that our model loves this new Dodgers offense, and rightfully so, right? Like I'm pretty happy, even though we lost the two bets. You never want to, but I'm pretty happy with the process. The Dodgers had something like 7 or 8 runners left on base in the first 5 innings of game one. And then they scored 8 runs in the first 5 innings of game two. And if you tell me that we can produce that kind of traffic on the bases, I think that that won't be our last dance with the Dodgers, especially in this matchup going against Miles
Yeah.
Michaelis. He's not bad by any means, but he's going to have to run the gauntlet, and that can be exhausting for any pitcher. Miles Michaelis obviously isn't in the upper tier of pitchers, but he's kind of what St. Louis is going to be starting off this series with. And I
Yeah.
think the Dodgers can kind of just outscore them here. Tyler Glass, now we already saw his first start. He looked really dominant for the first 3 innings. And then his control really started to veer off in the fourth and fifth there. So looking for him to maybe get a little bit more consistent, a little bit more comfortable in his first start at Dodger Stadium there.
Well, and after we sweat out a couple of 3:10 starts there, we are going to be left wanting to sweat out another one for the nightcap, no doubt about it. And why travel far when we can just stay over there in California to sweat out a play in this Cleveland versus Oakland game over there at the Oakland Coliseum. We got a couple of veteran pitchers over there in Beebs and Alex Wood. What do we like over there in Oakland?
Yeah, Josh, rightfully so. We waited months and months for baseball season to turn back around. And, just like our first bet of the year, we're going to be rooting against any runs to be scored, which, everybody likes to do, of course. But yeah, unfortunately, we were going to be taking the under first five in this one. It's set at 3.5. See if you can get four, because I kind of like that for sure.
Yeah.
3.5, we are taking for a unit in the first 5 innings of Cleveland and Oakland. Shane Bieber has been quite an interesting case after his All Star kind of campaign when he was front running that Cleveland Guardians pitching rotation. Then he kind of fell off for a couple years, some injury concerns, but he looks to be returning to form. He had a really nice spring. Looks like his curveball is getting back to form. He's locating that heater up. We know location's got to be a big thing for him at this point in his career. He's got a great defense behind him. And these are really two offenses that aren't reliant on a long ball. We know that Oakland at this point in the year is not going to give up too many deep fly balls that are going to carry out of the park. So, I mean, these offenses aren't going to really be reliant on that in the first place, but we're going to have that helping us out as well. Our model actually predicts this to be a 1-0 score. That's kind of why we're comfortable taking that 3.5 underline. If you can find it at 4, for sure, take it. But we are going to be cheering for no runs in the late game here. If you're getting that going on your long weekend Thursday, it's a nice thing to root against. Not the most fun, but we're also going to get just a little bit of a plug here for our futures bet, which we have a couple beauties lined up in our futures video. You can go check that out. We're getting our first look at our Oakland Athletics here, our darling of this channel. So going to be cheering them on for the first time this year, and we're also going to be cheering on the under 3.5 for the first 5 innings.
No question. Need a couple of mucky starts over there to start our year and a beat down from the Los Angeles Dodgers, of course. Just to recap our opening day here inside the janitor's closet, we got Minnesota Twins and Kansas City Royals first five under 4.5 for a single unit. The Los Angeles Dodgers first half minus a half for 1 unit. And then also capping off our opening day with the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland? Are they still the Guardians? They
Are
changed
the
to something
Guardians
else?
confirmed?
They changed to
No,
some.
we're still
I don't know
rocking with the
what. I
Guardians.
don't know if they. That's.
You're
Anyways,
all over these Washington Commanders, Josh, and the
right.
Guardians are slipping right through you.
They got.
It's
Yeah, we
not
have.
football season anymore.
It's
Time to
it, it-
dial in, Josh.
that's right.
Let's get
That's
right
right.
here.
I'm still in spring training mode apparently. All right, we got Cleveland Guardians and we got the Oakland Athletics. Their first five under 3.5, also for 1 unit. Bryce, 3 plays. Love to see it for opening day. Hopefully we can get back on the right foot here. Bounce back from our time over there in Seoul. Looking forward to it, man. And yeah, like you said, let's get these also the ladder challenge rolling here as well. We're gonna be recording that right away, and hopefully we get the people off to a good start on to their baseball season.
For sure, man. It's a good tease. We'll see you folks tomorrow for that, and let's enjoy the baseball season while it's here. Let's trust the process. It's gonna be a long one, ups and downs, and we hope you can keep it locked right here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get after it in the comments, folks. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like you said, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Follow us on X at TJC Bets, and for Bryce Hunt, I am Josh Frey-Sam. We will see you guys next time.